Welcome to Mrs. Taylor's math class. If this is your first time in my classroom, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn on that bell so that you will be notified when I post another video. Now let's begin class. Today's topic is adding and subtracting integers. What are integers? Integers are whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and their opposites, -1, -2, -3, -4, and on to infinity. What is an additive inverse? An additive inverse is a number with the opposite sign. So the opposite of a positive number is a negative number, like 10 and -10. And the opposite of a negative number is a positive number, like -8 and 8. Now let's go over the rules for adding integers. Rule number 1, if you have two integers that have the same sign, then you need to add those numbers together and you need to make sure that the answer has the same sign as both numbers. So we have 2 plus 3 equals 5. The answer is going to be positive 5 because the 2 and the 3 are positive. For the next problem, we have -2 plus -3. The answer is -5 because the 2 and the 3 are both negative. Rule number 2. If two integers have different signs, then subtract the numbers and the answer will have the same sign as the larger number. We have 2 plus -3 equals -1. So because the numbers are different, we're going to subtract. So we have 3 minus 2 equals 1. The answer is negative because the 3 is the larger number and it is negative. Now we have -2 plus 3 is equal to 1. The signs are different, so we have to subtract. So we do 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And so the answer is going to be positive 1 because the 3 is the larger number and it is positive. Let's practice. Number 1, -12 plus 7. So these two numbers have different signs, so we need to subtract. 12 minus 7 is 5, but is the 5 going to be positive or negative? So because 12 has the highest absolute value between -12 and 7, our final answer is going to be a -5. Number 2, -43 plus -8. The signs are the same, so we're going to add them together. We get 51, or in this case, we get -51 because the 43 and the 8 are both negative, so our final answer needs to be negative as well. Number 3, 6 plus 23. Both numbers are positive, so we're going to add them together, and so our answer is going to be 29. Number 4, 9 plus -14. The signs are different, so we need to subtract. So 14 minus 9 is going to get us 5. But is it going to be a positive 5 or a -5? So because 14 has the highest absolute value, that means that the answer is going to be a -5. Number 5, -67 plus 140. We have different signs, so we need to subtract. So the difference is going to get us 73. But is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? And in this particular case, the answer is going to be positive 73 because the 140 is the larger number and that number is positive. Number 6, 74 plus -28. The numbers have different signs, so we need to subtract. So the difference is going to get us 46. So is it going to be a positive 46 or negative 46? Because the 74 is the larger number and that number is positive, our answer is going to be positive. So we have positive 46. Now let's move to subtracting integers. The rule is add the first number to the additive inverse or the opposite of the second number, then apply the adding integers rule. For the first example, we have 2 minus 3. So I will rewrite that as 2 plus negative 3. As you can see, I keep the first number, I change my subtraction sign to addition, and I change my positive 3 to a negative 3. And then I'm going to apply my adding integers rule, and I get 3 minus 2 because they are different signs, and I'm going to get a negative 1 because the 3 has the highest absolute value out of the 2 and the negative 3. For the next example, we have 2 minus negative 3. So we rewrite it as 2 plus positive 3. So you keep the first number, you change your subtraction to addition, you change your negative 3 to a positive 3. And so now we have just 2 plus 3, which equals 5. Next, we have negative 2 minus negative 3. We can rewrite this as negative 2 plus 3. Keep the negative 2, change your subtraction to addition, change your negative 3 to a positive 3. Now you need to apply your addition rules. Because the two numbers have different signs, we need to subtract, and that's how we get the number 1 as the answer. Last example, negative 2 minus 3. We're going to rewrite this as negative 2 plus negative 3. So we're going to keep the negative 2, change your subtraction to addition, and then change your positive 3 to a negative 3. Now you can apply your addition integer rules, and because we have the same signs, we're going to add the numbers together and get negative 5. Let's practice some subtraction. So number 1 says 25 minus negative 54. We're going to rewrite this as 25 plus 54. And then we just add them together to get 79. Number 2, negative 152 minus 96. We're going to rewrite this as negative 152 plus negative 96. Because the two numbers have the same sign, we're going to add them together. It's going to come out to be 248. But because the numbers are both negative, our final answer is going to be negative 248. Number 3, negative 17 minus 84. So we're going to rewrite this as negative 17 plus negative 84. The numbers have the same sign, so we're going to add them together. Their sum is going to be 101, but it's going to be negative 101 because both of the numbers are negative. Number 4, 64 minus negative 8. So we're going to rewrite this as 64 plus positive 8 and just add them together to get 72. Number 5, 36 minus 93. So we have 36 plus negative 93. The two numbers have different signs, so we're going to subtract them. 93 minus 36 is going to get us 57. So is it going to be positive 57 or negative 57? So because 93 has the highest absolute value out of 36 and negative 93, the answer is going to be a negative 57. Number 6, negative 128 minus negative 49. We're going to rewrite this as negative 128 plus 49. Because the two numbers have different signs, we need to subtract. So 128 minus 49 is going to get a 79. So is it going to be a positive 79 or a negative 79? And it's going to be negative because the 128 has the highest absolute value and that number is negative. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Class is dismissed.